I don't think there's enough tips out there to make wallpaper not test your patience, but I recently hung traditional pasted wallpaper, so I thought I'd give you mine. Starting with priming. I really wanted to skip this step, but apparently it helps if you ever do want to take the wallpaper off. Then it's important to decide where you want the wallpaper to end. It's inevitable that when the wallpaper ends, it's not going to match up from where you started. So I would put that in a corner or behind a door. Then I had to decide which way I wanted the wallpaper to go. If I wanted the vines going up or down, which you may not have to do depending on what wallpaper you get. Now moving on to pasting. I would apply the paste very generously. You also need to fold it over and let it sit for a few minutes. This just helps it get super tacky. Now for starting the very first piece. I used my level to make a straight line. I measured from the corner of the wall and made it about ½ an inch shorter than the wallpaper, because the corners in your house might not be square. I also cut it a little bit longer so I could have excess at the top and the bottom. And the absolute worst part of this was cutting around the trim.
Oh no, I think I messed up.
Yeah, I messed up a lot. Luckily, it wasn't too noticeable. I blame myself for wanting this detail on the trim. Then it's important to take a sponge or a wet cloth and wipe all the excess glue off before it dries. I use this little roller tool to press the edges down, along with this smoother thing and a utility knife to cut the ends. I would say my biggest advice is to just be patient when you're cutting around trim or corners.
Fucking stupid.
I didn't say I was patient. Another thing to watch for is when you do go around a corner, to recheck and make sure it's level. Mine actually wasn't, and I had to not press it all the way into the corner, but you can't tell. I will say pasted wallpaper is probably better than peel and stick when it comes to moving it around on the wall. You can see here how easy it is to just push it. My last tip would be to cut as you go instead of pre-cutting. If you have multiple rolls, you can actually see which one works better with the pattern to have the least amount of waste. So if pasted wallpaper is in your upcoming DIYs, good luck.